walking the walk, talking the talk, telling you what a CEO is all about. This is the podcast for she's only. We share our stories of leadership to inspire you. So welcome to the She Sleeps, the podcast for she's only. She's only women in leadership. So come on, CEO, you should join the show. The She Sleeps podcast with Jodi Hood.
Welcome to She Suite's podcast with your host, Jodi Hood. This is the place where She Suite executives share and compare unfiltered realities that our male counterparts will never face. We laugh, we cry, we thrive, and we survive. Today's podcast is going to be about the struggle is real. The struggle is real. Now, in the suite, we know that it is very difficult for women actually to get into the suite, and to stay there is even harder. And for women of color, it's twice as hard. Now, my podcast is for all women, but today I have to point out something that was a trigger for me as an African American woman. Now, listen, I'm not a sports fan, but something caught my attention last week. So while my husband was watching a WNBA game, I saw this little girl, Catlin Clark, I think her name is, of the Indiana Fever, smack Angel Reese of the Chicago Sky with a hard foul. But that's nothing new. I see that in the mini games all the time. I then saw Angel jump up angrily, charging at Catlin. Another girl had to hold her back. That's nothing I haven't seen in basketball games either. It happens all the time. So what is different here? What is different was the backlash that Angel received from a popular Black athlete and podcaster who dubbed Angel pretty much as an angry Black woman who hates Catlin. Next came the outcry from another popular Black athlete / podcast who's on ESPN, I believe. His name is Catlin Clark, who angrily chastised RGIII for being tone deaf to the Black woman experience. And then he said it's probably due to the fact that you have 2 wives. So surely you can't understand, or you've forgotten about the struggles that African American face. So look, I'm not sure where this is going to land, but not understanding the Black woman experience, that was a trigger for me. It was buried far back in my memory, but when he said that, it brought something up inside me, a feeling that I felt when I was a little girl. So then I began to wonder, how many people are clueless about the struggle that smart, successful C-suite women endure almost every day of their lives? So that brings me to this podcast. People, let me tell you, the struggle is real. Now, let me tell you a story. I was in the 3rd grade at a predominantly white school when it happened. I'll never forget it. I had just been selected to join the school's enrichment program. And let me tell you, that was a big deal. I was so excited. My mom was excited. My dad was excited. Shucks. I knew I was smart. I knew I had worked hard, and it felt so good to be seen. But let me tell you, that celebration didn't last long. Let me tell you why. A white mother at the school found out that I got in and her daughter didn't. And for some reason, she thought I had taken her daughter's spot. And instead of encouraging her child to try again next year, she protested. She protested loudly and publicly. She questioned the decision. She questioned the teacher for making the selection, who happened to be a white teacher. She questioned the principal, who happened to be a white principal. And shucks, she questioned anybody who would listen. How could that Black girl get in over her child? That was so hurtful to me. And this was my very first lesson in racism. Now, it was my first taste of what it meant to be seen as too much. Just because I was smart, just because I was chosen, just because I was excellent. From that moment on, something shifted in me. I learned that being good wasn't good enough. That to be seen and respected, I had to be 5 times better, 10 times better, 100 times better. That mindset carried me through school, through college, and eventually into leadership roles. But here's the one thing that no one tells you. It doesn't stop. So let's double back to Angel Reese. That little girl, and I call her a little girl because she's 23. Her confidence, her attitude, her presence during the games, which by the way, RGIII failed to mention that there were many spewing racial slurs at Angel from the stand all during the game. And she had to focus and concentrate and not pay attention to those horrible things they were saying about her. So, you know what? Yes, this was a huge story last week. But I'd like to say this isn't just about sports, unfortunately. What it is about, in my mind, is what happens every time a Black woman dares to take up space unapologetically. Whether it's on the court, in the ballroom, in the classroom, or in America. Whether you're in 3rd grade or the C-suite, the message remains the same for the Black woman. Be excellent, but not too excellent. Speak up, but don't be too loud. Be confident, but not too confident. Show your talent, but don't forget your place. Does this sound familiar? Probably to some, probably not to others, because people just don't realize, or they just don't hear often about the Black woman experience. Maybe because we make it look too easy. I don't know. But let me tell you this. Angel Reese has been called every name in the book for showing up as herself. Proud, competitive, beautifully bold, and Black. So what does this all mean? I'm here to tell you that Angel Reese is not an outlier. I see Angel as a mirror. She reflects every Black woman who's ever been told to shrink. Angel is a reflection of every girl who was told she couldn't be the smartest. Every leader who was told you're too much. So no, that wasn't just about basketball to me. It's about bias, expectation, and the exhausting burden of being twice as good. So I'm just about done here. But to every Black aspiring she-suite listening, let me tell you, sweetie, you do not have to shrink. You don't need to soften your light to make others comfortable. You don't owe anyone your humility to earn your humanity. Whether you're dominating in Jordans or heels, sweetie, your excellence is not up for debate. Let them talk. Let them protest. Because you don't exist to be palatable. You, my dear, exist to be powerful. And you already are. So just let me say this to my she-suites and aspiring she-suites. If this episode spoke to you, would you do me a favor and share it with a sister, share it with a colleague, or the little Black girl who just got her first lesson in resilience? And remember, your excellence does not need permission. So you know what I'm about to say? Like me on Facebook. That's right. Connect with me on LinkedIn. That's Dr. Jodi Easterling Hood. Or subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you already know that I'm on Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, Deezer, all of those. And please listen to me. Share it with some of your friends. Share it with other she-suites. I am very happy to report that last week on my Facebook page, I reached 1,000 views. I am so happy. And I'd like that to triple. Yep. And I can only do it with you. So again, go on my Facebook page, like my podcast, share it with your friends, and ask your friends to share it with their friends. Yeah, folks, I just must tell you that I really, really enjoy doing the podcast. And I don't know. I think I'm getting better and better. And my desire is to bring content that will uplift and inspire all those who aspire to be in the suite, and to share those stories of She-Suite executives with others so we can uplift each other and reach down and pull others to the suite, because it's not that many of us, right? So what are we going to say, though, to those guys in the She-Suite, in the C-Suite? We're going to tell you, get ready, because the She-Suites are coming at you. And in the meantime, we're going to keep walking the walk and talking the talk. Baby, the struggle is real, but you know what? You got this. See ya.
She-Suites, you better get ready for the She-Suites. Coming at you with the She-Suites. It's a podcast for G's only. She-Suites, you better get ready for the She-Suites. Coming at you with the She-Suites. It's a podcast with Jodi Hood.